Hello, friends. Welcome back to our high-tech institution every weekend AWS DevOps real-time project session. You all know so far we are completed 7 projects. Today going to be our 8th one. Okay, so already we conducted the poll. People, right? You only choose this particular project. Today we are going to talk about how web application being deployed in the AWS environment that is exposing using ALB. We are going to use WAF firewall to block the security thing. Okay, that is the outline. The people who knew there are 7 projects we have already completed. Anyone wants a recording, right? Just ping it to me in chat. I'll share the link. Okay. Even this session also already started the recording. This will be get uploaded in our YouTube channel. Okay. So fine, guys. During the explanation of today's session, if you have got any doubt, any questions, right? Feel free to unmute and ask your questions so that I'll explain you. Okay. So if you have any general questions related to your career, related to interview, any other apart from today's session, there will be a parking lot at end of this today's session. I'll be here. You can ask your question and I'll clarify you. Okay. That is how we'll usually go. Fine. Then we can get it started. Today, everyone, already I have shared the topic and I even shared the project description, objective, everything. You might be having the basic understanding and basic idea what we're going to discuss today. Yes, of course, we are going to deploy and implement an application load balancer with AWS WAF for web application. Okay. So in this session, right, this is web application firewall. WAP stands for web application firewall. Today's project involved deploying a high available and secure web application infrastructure on AWS. Okay, generally you might be heard about people taking any Windows server or Linux server, they'll install either IAS or Nginx, whatever. They will add the web application source code, they'll show you. Or some people, right, they'll go some extent, they'll tell you like how to deploy a load balancer, they can add it. But today, I'm going to aggressively show you this real project use case. This has been used in many of the projects to set up and include application load balancer to distribute the traffic across instance. I'm going to have a two easy to instant backend of my load balancer. I'm going to show you how the application load balancer is going to distribute the traffic. Okay. For the security thing, I'm going to use the web application firewall. AWS, there's a service called WAF. We are going to use that. Okay. That is our project description. All right. Let me take Paint tool. Here, if you go, generally, we'll have a server like this. Whenever people wants to access any application, if you deploy something, imagine this is your IAS. Imagine this is your IAS, or you are installing any Nginx or something. Yeah, if it is a Windows-based server, right? Windows-based operating system, people will use IAS. If it is a Linux-based one, right? People will use the Nginx or HTTPD, whatever. Okay. Apache HTTPD, whatever, for deploying your web application. Usually, right, the people from outside of internet, they will access to the server, they'll get the web application loaded. Okay, this is the concept. But actually, when you go with the load balancer, application load balancer, right, AWS providing, there's a concept called AWS application load balancer. Okay, how this is going to work? We'll have a minimum 2 servers actually. This is the server 1. Okay, same way, we'll have one more server in our architecture. We'll have one more server in our architecture. Okay. There's one more server. We will create, there is something called a target group. We'll create, there is something called a target group. Using this one only, we will be access the things. Something called a target group. We also have something called a load balancer. We also have something called a load balancer. Okay. So this is a web server 1. This is going to be our web server 2. And we are going to have a target group. Okay. In the application load balancer, we cannot add the instance directly to the load balancer. So we need a interface as a target group. This is a target group 2. And we'll have something called application load balancer. I'm going to mention like a ALB. So here people are directly accessing to the server, right? But in this case, right, people will be accessing to your load balancer only. People will be accessing to your load balancer only. Where in this case, if we take the target group, we'll connect here, we'll connect over here. Okay. So backend of this target group, right, we'll have a server 1 and server 2. So what is the advantage of having this setup? What is the benefit of having this? Imagine we are going to take a web application of Flipkart. Okay, imagine we are going to have the web application of Flipkart. So how Flipkart will be loading? Generally, when you take flipkart.com, okay, you'll be taking into that website. Whatever you want, right? I think Big Billion Day is going on, I believe. Whatever you want, you will buy that product. For example, you are looking for a smartwatch, or you looking for any microphones or any musical instrument, whatever. You'll come here, you will buy it. Basically, Flipkart, you will come for two purpose. Either to purchase the new item, to order something, to place the order. Second thing, right, you may come here for tracking. Maybe last week you ordered something. I have ordered last week iPhone 16. What is the status? When I will receive? Tracking the existing order, you will come. Okay, those purpose only you'll come to the Flipkart. Imagine we are also deploying the application for Flipkart.com. Example I'm mentioning. Okay. Example I'm mentioning. Whenever people are accessing Flipkart.com, right? So this load balancer, right, will receive the request. Load balancer will receive the request. What if load balancer, the application load balancer will do? Application load balancer little bit intelligent, I would say. Based on the path, right, it can reroute. I told you, right? Usually when people are trying to order a new website, okay, order new product. So it will forward the request to web server 1. If people are trying to track the existing one, if people are trying to track the existing order, it will forward the request to this particular target group too. So likewise, the application load balancer can distribute your traffic and load whichever come to the ALB. Okay. General ALB, we do have a classic load balancer, things are available, but those are blindly will forward. First request will go to first server, second request will go to second server. But application load balancer, right, we can do many things. Path-based routing, header-based routing, like many, some intelligent stuff, right? We will be able to do it. So when people are accessing Flipkart.com, max they can do two things. Either they can order a new product or they can track the existing product. This is what they can do. Even today's session, we are going to deploy the same thing only. Today's session, we are going to deploy the same thing only. For protecting this entire, setup, for protecting this entire network, obviously backend, right, we'll have a network configuration will be there. VPC will be there. There will be subnet will be there. There will be a internet gateway will be there. There will be a route table will be there. There will be an NAT gateway will be there. Based on the need, right? Yeah, they'll be having all this network configuration. Okay, no doubt about it. All this setup will be there. There is no doubt about it. But ensuring this WAF, right? What WAF gonna do? It's going to protect. Okay, it's going to protect our entire environment. That is where we are using the WAF, web application firewall. It's going to protect the entire thing. Web application firewall going to protect it. So whenever people are accessing to this flipkart.com, it will check whether it's the proper request. If it is a genuine and proper one, then it will allow us to proceed further. Okay. So when people are hitting ALB flipkart.com, if trying to add any content towards ordering new product, it will forward to server 1. If people are trying to access things from tracking the existing order, it will forward the request to server 2. This is the outline and architecture for today's session. Anyone has any doubt so far before implementing the practical? Okay, this looks like everyone good. So what I'm gonna do, so if anyone new to AWS, right, they may not be able to understand what is ALB, what is target group, what is VPC subnet, internet gateway, route table NAT, what is WAP, those things and all will be hard for you to remember. Okay, it will be hard for you guys to follow. The people who wanted to learn AWS and DevOps from the basic, from the scratch, right? Yeah, from High Tech Institution, we are conducting AWS DevOps course in English. Okay, so this is going to be a weekday class. Every week we are starting a new batch. Okay, it will be somewhere around. If you spend a 2 month of time, right, approximately, you would be able to learn AWS and DevOps clearly. Okay, this will help you to attend the interview. You would able to clear the interview till you get a job, right? We'll be supporting you. Okay, we are providing a job assistance. This is going to be AWS and DevOps syllabus. I'll share that with you people. Okay, so fees will be 15,000. You can pay it through installment. Yeah, if you want, apart from this session, you can attend couple of demo. The session which is starting up next week. you can once after you can decide, you can proceed further. Okay. If anyone interested to learn AWS and DevOps from the basic scratch, right, share your name and number. End of the session I will ask, so that I'll add you guys in my next batch. Fine. So this is going to be the objective. Set up a secure web application using ALB and EC2 instances. So in that case only, let me log into my AWS account. I think I've already logged in. Let me go. I don't know whether it's still active or I need to log in. Yeah, if you go to the instances, right, I could see two instances are already running, web server 1 and web server 2. When you click the web server 1, I'll copy the public IP. Okay, I'll copy the public IP. If I browse it in, okay, this is going to be my Flipkart homepage. This is going to be my Flipkart homepage. So maybe I can even show you. I'll just log into it. I'll just connect to it. As for the username and password, already having the username and password. Let me, yep, go. This is my username. And this is my password. Okay, I just noted both the server, because server creation will take time, right? So I've deployed it already. Okay, if you come over here. Okay, I'm just taking the default content only. I'll just edit this, because this image only it's coming up. What I will do, I'll just little, update the content, so it will be. Welcome to Flipkart.com homepage. Something like that. So I'll do here, new order track hold, something like that. Okay, I'm going to have a two buttons. Just I'm not a good developer. I'm a DevOps guy, but still I'm just making things are done and easier. So what I will do, I'll just refresh and show you in the page, right? Now it's getting right. If you refresh it, this will be it will take some time to refresh it seems. Maybe I'll try it in some other browser, or otherwise I'll restart the things over here. Just refresh, manage website, restart. Maybe we'll try. Nope. So let me try in some other browser. Okay, cool. So the content is loading. If you want, I'll share this in chat box. You guys also can validate. I'll put it to everyone in the meeting. Okay, hope you are able to see the screen. Fine. So now if people are clicking the new order, right, what it will do, it will just go there. There is something called order/1.png. Okay, welcome to Flipkart order page. Like that, it will come. Okay, this is going to be our server one. Even I'll share this link also in you to the chat box. Okay. Likewise, right, I have a one more server, guys. I have a server number 2. I'll just close this. Likewise, I have a server number 2. If you browse this site, right, this site is for my tracking purpose. Okay, if you go there, server 2 IP slash track slash. Okay, this is okay. This is the URL for tracking. I'll share this also. Server 2 URL. You can see. Home page is there. In the first server, I am having order. Second server, I am having track. Like that, I have configured. 3 URLs I shared in the group. Okay. So this is how server 1 and server 2 I already configured, because it will take time. If I provision the server, that each server will take 5 minutes of time to create it. If I install IAS and all, it will take some time. So this web server setup is ready. Anyone has any doubt here? Okay. So,
the network because we are able to
there's
access
a background noise from your side. I'm muting you.
it.
All right. So now what I'm going to do, if you are good, now we are going to set up a application load balancer. So let me close all these things. Close all these things. I'll go to the AWS account. Okay, before creating a load balance application load balancer, we should create a target group. Okay, if you scroll down in the EC2 console, there is an option here called target groups. Come there. Here there is no target group available. Let me create a two target group. Okay, the target group 1 for web server 1, target group 2 for web server 2. Like that, we need to create a two target groups. Okay, click on target group. So give the name to the target group 1, and a default VPC. Let me go with the default VPC. Health check we need to configure. Click on next. So here we need to add the web server 1. Okay, let me add it. So target group 1 has been created. Same way, I'll create a target group 2. Click on target group name, target group 2. Default VPC itself I am taking. I'm giving the health check. Next, now I need to add the server 2 into target. So the benefit here is we are going to have a two target groups. Okay, before creating a load balancer, we need to create a two target group. Currently, I've done this setup only. Okay, for better understanding, highlight it. Okay, this one and this one just now we have created. This one and this one just now we have created. Okay, you can even see over here. Target 1 and 2 has been created. Now my next step is to create a flipkart.com. My next step is to create a flipkart.com. ALB. Okay, let me go there. We scroll down above to the target group. We have an option called load balancer. Let me click over here. Okay, so far there is no load balancer available. Let me create it. Create a load balancer. Okay, if we come there are multiple types of load balancer available. Application load balancer, network load balancer, gateway load balancer, and the classic load balancer. Many other options are there. But yeah, for now, we need to go with application load balancer. Let me click on create this application load balancer. Name of my load balancer. Let me give like flipkart.com, something like that. Flipkart.com load balancer. It's going to be internet facing, not internal one. Network mapping, right? I'm going to use the default VPC only, and all the subnets I'm selecting for high availability. If we scroll down, right, I'm going to map the same load security group of my EC2 instance. If we scroll down, we need to map the security group. Let me click. I'll go to security. This is going to be my security group ID. Okay. So let me map this with let me map this. And yeah, we need to select our target group. Okay. So this is going to be our default routing. When anybody trying to reach the application load balancer, right? The home page will load. The home page will load. Okay. That is the reason we have added. So let me click on create the. These are the options. We have provided name to the application load balancer, internet facing, IPv4, security group selected, default VPC and subnet selected. Home page will be forwarded from target group 1. This setup has been done. Let me click on create load balancer. Load balancer creation, right? Hardly take very few seconds. It will be ready. Okay, it's in provisioning state. So this is the DNS name. Currently, we are going to access our load balancer with this DNS name only. Okay, using this only, we'll be accessing our Flipkart site. Okay, so right now, if you go to the architecture diagram, we have deployed the ALB. This is the URL for ALB. Okay, I think it's asked me to log in again. I don't know what happened. Let me. Okay, I've logged in again. Still, it's in provision mode. Let me refresh it. Maybe try to browse with the URL. Let's see whether it's. I think it's not yet ready. We need to wait for some time. Because it's still in provisioning state, right? That's why. Currently, listeners and rules, right, in ALB, whatever request comes, by default, it will forward to target group 1. Target group 1 means web server 1, which will load the flipkart.com homepage. Okay, that's how we configured. So here we need to add the role. Sorry, not the rule we need to add. Okay, these rule need to be added for other things. When people clicking new order button, it has to forward to the web server 1. When people are clicking track button, it should forward, ALB should forward the request to web server 2. These things, right? I need to add now. Let me quickly add it. Before that, we'll wait for this to come up. It's taking a long time, it seems. Let me try once. If not works, maybe I'll add the rule. Okay, no luck. So yeah, let it provision back and right. What I will do, I'll just add the rule alone. Okay, let me click on the rule. I'll just click on default. As of now, only one default rule is there. Forward, it will forward defaultly. Now I'm going to add the rule. What is the rule name? For new order. Okay, whenever there's a new order, what it's supposed to do? Adding the condition, I'm going to add the path. Okay, generally in Flipkart site, right? Actual site, I'm telling. Flipkart.com. If you are going to buy one, what you call? Anything. Maybe think about this Apple. So right now, Flipkart.com. As soon as you click the product, right, you can see the path which is changing. As soon as you click, see which is changing. When you select Apple phone, right, you can see Flipkart Apple iPhone. Flipkart Apple iPhone. So based on the every click, right, the URL gets changed. Correct. So same way, what I'm going to do in the configuration, whenever anyone select order, order button, obviously the URL going to change like order. So whenever it comes order, new product, it should forward the things to target group 1. Same thing here, what we mentioned, right? Whenever anyone clicks in the home page order, it will forward to target group 1. Whenever anyone click track, right, it should forward to target group 2. That rule only we are configuring now. I'll click on next. I'll create this. Same way, I'll create one more rule also. Click on add rule. So far, 2 rules are the default rule for home page. This is whenever anybody clicks order, it will forward to target group 1. Now, whenever anyone clicks track, old order, old purchase. Okay. So I'm going to add the condition. If anything comes in the path, something called track.
Sir.
Okay. So anyone clicks track, the path.
Yes, sir.
Forwarding to target group. Anyone has any questions? Someone calling me in the back.
Sir, Anurag here. Sir, please explain other options as well apart from the path in the condition type. Just a short
We will end of the session. Maybe I'll discuss. Okay.
Okay.
So this is something called a target group 2. I'm fixing it. Then next, and I'm going to set some priority. Next. Okay. Create. So right now I am created 2 rules. Okay, rule 1 and rule 2. So if anyone clicks track, it will forward to target group 2. If anyone clicks order, it will forward to target group 1. Like that we have added. Now let's see whether the Flipkart.com is completed. It's in active state now. It should be loading now. Let me copy the URL. I'll go to the browser. Okay, I'll share the browser with you in the chat. URL with you in the chat. You guys can access. Now you will be able to access your Flipkart site. You should be able to access your Flipkart site, which we deployed in the Windows server. Okay. Now, home page is coming up. Okay. Something now comes. I'll try in this browser. Okay. All right. Flipkart.com homepage is coming. Now, in the same thing, right? If I add a track 2.png, okay, it's showing like something not available. Track 2.png is not coming, but I'll try to make what is that order? Order/1.png. Okay, this one is coming for me. I need to take a look why track is.
There is a 2 double slash, sorry.
Where 2 double slash? Okay, fine. Maybe typo. We'll check that one by one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'll
that's
share
why it is
this
so.
URL. Yeah, I'll share this URL. It should be working. Maybe. So here also you can see track. Okay, now it's coming. Okay, there should be typo last time, maybe. Not sure. Anyway, so now it's working. So we have achieved our ALB is rerouting our packets. If you go back to our project documentation, right? What we have done, architecture overview, VPC, Last week itself, we have deployed our VPC. We are using the same VPC in the EC instance, right? We are using either Nginx or Apache or IIS, anything you can use. Security groups we have taken, and security groups we have taken. The application load balance only just now we deployed. Implementation step, if you go, first we need to create a VPC and subnets like what we deployed last time. Deploy EC2 instances. Okay, that has been done. Here application load balancer. Currently we have configured the application load balancer. Auto scaling. Yeah, auto scaling I am planning to give you as a task. I'll tell you about what is auto scaling at the end. Okay. Right now we are pending to go with the configuration AWS WAF. Okay, that is our main scope of our session, right? That is the main scope of our session, to deploy a web application through WAF and what other small options available in the WAF. That's really matters. So far, anyone has any questions on the setup and the output what we received? Anybody has anything? Any doubt with respect to this project? All right. When there is no much questions and doubt, right? People, some of them may not understand the term. Okay, target group and the Flipkart, WAF. These terms and all new. If people already works in AWS, right, they might understand. Definitely, they might understand this. All the terms. If anyone, as I said earlier, if anyone really wanted to be part of our next running AWS batch, right, I'll share the detail in chat. In the video description itself, I'll give the contact number. Just to call us. You will be part of our next running batch. Okay, I'll add you. Every week we are starting new batches. We'll include you guys. All right. So fine. Now let's go with configuration of WAF setup. Okay, WAF setup is going to be something interesting part. We go to the AWS console. Let me close all these things. I'll open with WAF and Shield. Okay, this is one of the firewall and security service which are offered by AWS. Here, we do not have any WAF so far. So what we need to do, right? We need to create a web application firewall for now. Before creating a web application firewall, we need to configure the IP set. Okay, there is something called IP set which I configured long back. Let me delete this. This is my for my old class, right? I configured. Create IP set here. Okay, name of the IP, maybe my IP, something like that. I'll give. This is my IP. You can add more than one IPs also. That's not an issue. Let me in the browser. I'll give like see my. I'll take my IP address. I'll add it in the IP set. I'll tell you why we are doing this. We're telling why we are adding this. Okay, this is my IP. If you guys want to add your IP also, share it in the chat box. I'll add it in the IP set. That's not an issue. As of now, I added only my IP. You can keep on add many other things as well. Not an issue. Okay, so we have created an IP set. I'll tell you why we created. When come to web application firewall, right? There is one WAF is in place. So we don't want to worry about it. This is one of our another WAF which I created for different purpose. You can ignore this. But for now, right, I'm going to create a new web ACL. I'm going to create. Okay. So there are two things. If you want to create a WAF for CloudFront distribution, content delivery network distribution, you need to select this. Other than that, for application load balancer, API gateway, other services, right? You can go with this application load balancer based WAF. Okay, yeah, we are our server and load balancer, everything in Mumbai region. Here you can see. So I'm selecting Mumbai region. Name of your server, I will give like a flipkart.com.app. Okay, and description. This web application firewall created for my Flipkart ALB. Okay, Flipkart site ALB. Okay, it will create a CloudWatch metrics as well in the name. Okay, associate AWS resource. Here is a very crucial part. When you want to activate your WAF to your AWS application load balancer, this is a crucial part. You need to click on add AWS resources. Which one you wanted to map? You wanted to map a load balancer, you want to map it Cognito, user pool, AWS verified access, whatever. But our case is to map our application load balancer. Yeah, here whatever application load balancer available in your account, it will show you. Just I'm selecting this. I'll click on add. So our Flipkart.com application load balancer got added, which is belongs to Asia Pacific Mumbai region. Okay. So let me click on next. Here, very crucial one. Okay, very crucial one, which means we need to add a rule here. There are multiple rules are there. We'll talk about it, but for now, right? Someone making a background noise. Murali, you want to talk something? Why are you making a background noise? Murali, I'm removing you, Murali, from the meeting. Okay, once I removed, he cannot join back. So I removed Murali. But however, so when come to this web application firewall, we need to add a rule. Let me add the rule here. Okay. So let me go with the IP set. My IP. I told you, right? To create IP set, here I am added my IP. Okay. It's showing here in the dropdown because we have created my IP separately. Okay. This is a source IP. Right now, I'm asking to block. Okay. Right now, I'm asking to block my request. You all know I have validated all the Flipkart homepage, tracking page, order page, everything loading for me, but I am asking my WAF to block now. Okay, there are multiple other options are there. Few things I'll touch up today. Okay, let me click on add a rule. Then come down. Next. Review and create a web application file. So web ACL has been created. Okay, sometime I don't know whether morning also I face same thing. It has been created in the back end. Yeah, look at this, it's created. Still it's showing. If I click again, right, it will say like already it's created. So Flipkart WAF has been created. This is my Flipkart WAF. If you go inside, right, you will be able to see how many things are blocked, how many things are allowed. All those information you would be able to see. And the rule you created, right, my IP, you asked to block my IP, right? That rule also you can see. Anytime you can modify it. This is totally flexible. No worry about it. So if I go there, right? If you take that DNS1, it should be blocked for me. Some 403 error should be coming. Okay, I think this is the previous one. Let me, in my Chrome, I have enabled on extension. It's still loading for me. Maybe it's from my cache. Let me try it from some incognito window or something like that. Okay. Still loading. Should be from my cache. Because I've blocked in my WAF, right? It's supposed to not load for me. Coming, I don't know why. Once again, let me check whether all the setting in the WAF, right, I selected properly. Basal firewall. This all the options, right, will take some time to apply. AIB block priority is 0. Everything I asked you to block only. Maybe we'll wait for some time to reflect. Okay, sometime that also could be an issue. Associated AWS resources. I think it's yet to map my load balancer, it seems. Okay, now only the load balancer is added. So while I click on creation, that was giving us some mall configuration, right? So the load balancer itself was not added. Just now it's added. Okay. Maybe this also could be a reason. No issues. We will try to browse it again. Okay, this is the expected one. Since my IP has been blocked, I'm getting the 403 forbidden error. Okay, I won't be able to access it anymore because my IP has been blocked. So I blocked because to check whether the WAF is working or not. Earlier it was working. Now I has been blocked because I need to validate whether the specific, you know, WAP setting is properly working or not. Now I'll switch it to one more setting. Instead of block, right, I'll go to the rule. Okay, there are many way you can utilize this WAF. If I start explain about WAF, right, that itself I can take your session for 2 days. Okay, that many contents are there. Now I'll simply change it to CAPTCHA. Okay, now I'll simply change it to CAPTCHA. Let me save the rule. Okay, right now it's not going to block us. It'll we have added the action as CAPTCHA. Okay, when I'm adding the action as CAPTCHA, if I refresh it, right, it will allow, but it's asking me to confirm. Let's confirm you're a human. What usually CAPTCHA will do, you know, let's confirm you're a human. Choose all the bags wherever you find them. Like, since you're proving that you're not a human, so you are a human, so that it's asking you to confirm all these things. But this is not my work. Just I wanted to show you, so I'm not going to clear this puzzle. So I'm going to ignore it. Since it's working, I'm going to ignore it. Okay. This way, right, we can apply the WAF to our entire web application. It's gonna work. Okay. So far, anyone has any questions? Anyone has any questions? Okay. Since you all clear, I think you guys already know about all these things, I believe. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to, the project, I'm going to give two tasks for you people now. One is Route 53. You need to buy a domain name. Okay. Once you buy a domain name, right, in Route 53, okay, let me clear this one. Clear all this because this is no longer needed. I'll keep it here. The next level of task is you need to create a Route 53. You need to add the Route 53. Any place you guys would recommend? What also you guys won't recommend? Okay. If there is no response from people, I won't take session from next week. There is no more projects. Will I stop this? Or will buy the domain name? For answering that itself, or
GoDaddy.com.
what?
GoDaddy is easy
GoDaddy.
to.
After asking thousandth time, Manu and Nandakumar will tell GoDaddy. GoDaddy, Go Mummy.
No, I have already. Sorry, that's the reason I kept going.
Okay. So
Yeah.
remaining people, I think they are anyway. So you need to buy a domain name here, some domain name, www. whatever domain name, example.com, something like that. You need to map this domain name with your application load balancer. Map this domain name with application load balancer. Okay. So people will be hitting your domain name, proper domain name, so that they'll be able to access it. All right. So this is the task. So people can complete it. All right. So that's it for today's project, guys. I'll share this document if you need it. Okay. I need to update the architecture diagram. Yeah, I have architecture diagram already with me. I'll just update it and share it with you. Probably I'll just update in the video description as usual. Based routing, HTTP header based routing, HTTP method routing, source IP routing, like 4 other important things also there along with the path. So since you are not answered, since you are not responded, so I'll not respond. I'll not explain those 4 things.
One more question actually.
Yeah.
Sir, you have used the security group of EC2 instances in the application load balancer.
Uh-huh.
In real-time scenario, do we need to use the same security group, or the security group should be different? And if different, why it should be different?
Security groups totally are your wish. Any security group you can use. Only thing, the necessary port is opened or not. That's matter. Even you can for server 1 you can configure security group 1. Server 2 you can configure security group 2. ALB you can configure security group 3. That's totally your wish. Make sure you open the necessary port. Whatever the port you want, open
Same,
the
same or different, doesn't matter. Only matter
ports
is
are
opening
matter.
up.
Whether you open the port or not. That's matter.
Okay, sir.
So thank you guys. Then we'll meet you by next week. Take care all. Bye bye.